Could you just explain to our viewers what intermittent fasting is and maybe what restrictions this diet has?
Right. So intermittent fasting is another common popular diet that we hear about. But contrary to belief, intermittent fasting is not necessarily telling us what to eat. It tells us when to eat. So traditional intermittent fasting just looks at the windows of eating versus your windows of fasting. So if you're not eating, if you're not in a fed state metabolically, then your body's metabolically in a fasting state. So that's what intermittent fasting truly focuses on. Now, there's several ways to actually apply intermittent fasting. The most common way that we see is called like a 16-8 method, which means 16 hours of fasting and then 8 hours was like a feeding window of, where people would be getting their nutrition in. And usually there's no restriction in what happens in those 8 hours. But I have seen, there's different forms of not just controlling the timing, but also controlling like what people are eating. So when it comes to intermittent fasting, I think there's a lot of considerations before someone, jumps on board with intermittent fasting. There's certain populations that should use caution. Right now, we don't have, a lot of the research we have on intermittent fasting is on animals or select human studies in certain populations that we can't generalize this research into the general population. So it's not easily, it's not in a position right now to say intermittent fasting is a great diet to follow for weight loss for everyone. Like we're just not in that position right now. So when it comes to intermittent fasting, there are some takeaways that I think we can shed light on, especially in the aspect of fasting. And we can call that a traditional overnight fasting. So, most of us, I feel like just from interacting and hearing from people, we're not sleeping enough overnight. And overnight, when you're sleeping, that's the body's main moment of fasting. So aiming to get that overnight fast, which means sleeping 7 to 9 hours, avoiding a late dinner. You can easily fast for 12 hours a night. And that alone does have health benefits in allowing your body to just have a normal overnight fast. So for people thinking, should I extend my fast? What if it doesn't work for my lifestyle? I like to have breakfast. It's okay. You don't have to follow intermittent fasting. Just aim to have that healthy overnight fasting, which includes avoiding late night snacking, and you can still have a nice balanced breakfast to start off your day.